Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Sienna SE front-wheel drive tech pack in the color white. Let's take a look. Starting up front here, underneath the hood, we have a 3.5-liter V6 engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 296 horsepower, 263 pound-foot of torque, and when properly equipped, towing capacity up to 3,500 pounds. Up front, you have your headlamps, daytime running lights, fog lights down below. Along to the side here, we have alloy wheels. Then as you move back, if you take a look at your handles, you'll be able to find this little dimple on the front corner. We'll talk about that more on the driver's side. Moving back, all of your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top here we have black roof rails. Approaching the back, on the right-hand side, you'll find your SE trim level badge. Then across the back, we have that Sienna logo. Underneath it is where you'll find your backup camera. To open up your hatch here, reach underneath of the logo, press the button, and lift upwards. Inside, of course, we have both a second and third row seating. Second row seating can be acting as a 40-20-40 split, or you can take out this middle section to have independent captain's chairs. We'll talk about that more when we get up front to that section. For your third row seating, it has a 60-40 split you can see directly on the right-hand side here, allowing your seats to work independently on either side. And they have the Stow'N'Go style as well. There are instructions with a diagram on the back of the seats showing you how to use them. So you do have the option, of course, to have it upright so that you can have your passenger seating back here. You can just fold it forward so that it just folds right down so that you have plenty of additional storage underneath. Or you can Stow'N'Go it like we have it on the right-hand side, which can also allow you, if you have both sides, you can fold them down so that you have one huge storage space all the way across the back. You can split it up so you have deep storage and then flat storage. Lots of different configurations to suit your preferences. Looking forward, for your third row seating occupants, they do have floor mats down below. Looking on either side, you will find cup holder spaces for them and additional storage space, and they're also built-in sunshades. If you take a look, you'll notice a sunshade is up for the second row seating, and there is the same option available for third row on either side, and of course plenty of legroom and headroom over top. In the back here, we do have the adjustments. You have this little strap that has a number 2, or you have the handle with a label number 1 for the adjustments. There are also hooks on the back for hanging any additional things that you need to store. And on the right-hand side, or left-hand side rather, you will find this little cutout. This is where you're able to store this little middle section that you find right here for the seat. If you choose to take it out, it just folds up, fits in there perfectly, even has a little buckle to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And we'll talk about that little feature and how it's removable up front in a second. On the right-hand side, you'll also find interior lighting, a 12-volt adapter on either side as well. To close up your space here, you can reach up to the handle on the right-hand side or just press the electronic button on the left. And when opening it up, you can also press the button on the key fob to have it do an electric open. Next, let's take a look at the inside. So to open up your rear space for the interior of your passenger side, you can just reach into your handle, give it a pull, and you'll find that it will automatically slide open for you. Inside your interior upholstery is the black leatherette, and we have some white stitching as well. On either side, there are 2 sets of armrests. You can see on your passenger sides, you can have outside and inside armrests, and of course you can also fold them up if you prefer that. Like we said, this middle section is also removable or can simply be folded down. You can do that by releasing this little guy up top. You can see he pops out, and then he can just fold forward. That way you can use this as storage space, or you can fully remove it outwards and put it into that storage space we saw in the back. Looking down below on the sides of the seats is where you'll find your adjustments for moving it back and forth or for moving your seat inwards so that you can get an easy path straight to the third row seating if your passengers don't want to have to go through that middle section or if you have that seat planted in there. Like we pointed out before, we do have the sunshade that you can have put up like we have it here or roll down like we have it for the third row. Looking upwards here, this is where you have your entertainment screen. You just press that little button and this guy folds down. And then the controls for that are up front with the entertainment center. And we'll talk about that in a moment. There's also independent listening devices that you can use, and those are just stored inside of our console space at the moment. Looking forward, on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, there is pouch storage, as well as a little hook on the inside corner on both sides. Down below, you have plenty of charger options and then your cup holders, and those are also able to be folded upwards, and we have the Sienna rubber mats installed at this moment. Then looking upwards on your driver's side in the rear, you will find a third panel section for air conditioning. This way, everybody in the rear can control their airflow and temperatures, and they can do this independently themselves, or you can control it from up front, of course, as well. To close up your rear space here, you have three options. One of them is this little button that you'll find on the inside of the door. You can find it on both sides here. On the inside of the door, on the actual door that moves out, you also have this little button. You can just give this guy a pull, and then he'll close, or you can do the first method we use, which is pulling on the handle. That'll close it as well. Back again now, we have this little dimple guy that you'll notice on the outside corner of your handle. This guy indicates keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, it means you can tap your hand here to lock and unlock. Inside the driver's door, we have more of the black leatherette with white stitching, as well as this metallic highlighting. You'll be able to find little hints of it all throughout your front cab space. Power windows for your front and second row windows, window lock, power lock system, side mirror controls, plenty of storage space down below. Inside, you'll find power adjustable seating, back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. You then have both your hood and gas release latches in the bottom left-hand corner. Then you have a little storage compartment up top here, and then you also have room for putting in your coins so they don't go flying around. Power door on off, so if you don't want everybody in the back to be able to open and close their doors at will, you can press this. It can only be controlled from up front with the key fob or outside. Then you have your traction control on top there. On your steering wheel here, left-hand side, volume control, radio, you have your volume there as well, and hands-free communication. Right-hand side, you have controls for the dash display up top. Then you have your controls for adaptive cruise control all in the bottom section. In the middle here is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Currently, you're looking at your customizable home screen. You can also access through here all sorts of different things. You can change it up, but you have all of your audio listening currently on the left hand and access to your navigation on the right. Underneath is your menu settings, so destination, audio, phone apps, info, and setup, as well as your display on the right hand side. Setup is more of the specifics, so personal profile, Bluetooth, audio, phone, voice, nav, clock customization, theme color settings, etc. Under that, audio listening, we have AM, FM, and a satellite radio, full Bluetooth connectivity, and optional adapters for USB, and then you also have your disc control, so that is for the rear entertainment. You have your CD player up top here, and then underneath is navigation. So fully touch sensitive, of course, for you. Right hand side is all of your radio controls, then you have your tune scroll on the bottom right, volume control on the bottom left. In the middle here is all of the climate control center, so as we said, you have the controls for the rear panel all the way at the bottom. Other than that, up front we have independent controls for the driver and front passenger. You can choose to sync up all of your units, so you can have everything working as one homogeneous unit. You can have the rear section working separate from the front section. You can have everybody on their own. Lots of different options so that everyone's comfortable at all times. Defrost for your front and rear windshield here. You have your four ways on the right hand side, gear shift on the left. Left of that is your push start ignition. Underneath, you have your heated seat dial controls, as well as charger options. Then you have little pop-out cup holders. And then underneath that is where you have your, not the CD, but rather your DVD port for the rear entertainment. Underneath, there is additional charger ports down below. We have this nice little built-in tray style all the way at the bottom, so plenty of storage. Then you have your cup holders here. As you can see, we have some ambient lighting, stands out a lot more at nighttime. And then you have your main console space. That pops open, plenty of storage down below, and we have the cup holders in there. Right hand side of your glove box spaces, there are two. So you've got one up top and then one down below. One down below is lockable. Upwards on your rearview mirror are 1, 2, and 3 house shapes. These guys are your garage door openers. Then you have sunglasses compartments, which also doubles as this little mirror tool. That way you don't have to use your rearview mirror to keep an eye on your rear passengers. You can use this for traffic and this for passengers. On top of that, you have interior lighting controls for your moonroof, and then you have your power trunk release and the power doors on either side as well. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Sienna SE front-wheel drive tech pack in the color white. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Ottawa Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.